So I had a little snag there. Um, Getting used to editing and placing YouTube videos, and got a copyright warning. So I was playing a DBZ Dragon Ball Z soundtrack in the background there, and they flagged me quick, man. Not even 2 minutes after I did it. I didn't realize, by the way, that that music was incredibly loud anyway. So there's no way I'm gonna remember everything I said, and that is what it is. A lesson learned, I guess, in the YouTube editing. I wanted to go over a few articles because I said that's what I was going to do today. There's not going to be as much chit chat in this video. It's getting late, tired, long day of work already. But basically, I want to talk about a few articles I ran across today, and I'm not going to go deep in all of them. I'm going to leave the links in the description, and you guys can review them yourself. But basically, with all the advancements in wallets, online wallets, local wallets, and hardware wallets, um, security is obviously a big deal. We've got to be able to secure our bitcoins. We got a Bitcoin hard fork coming up, so people are concerned about that. They want to put their bitcoins away, which still leaves a ton of questions about whether or not that's even going to help, because chances are coins are going to be lost. There could end up with two different bitcoins, an unlimited plus core, kind of like Ethereum did with their classic and their core. So you never really know. But Trezor came out with some pretty sweet upgrades to their previous model. It looks like, basically, from what I understand and what I was reading over here, is they have a crazy new 24-word recovery phrase, which is pretty intense because I think Exodus only uses like 14 words. I could be wrong, don't hold me to that, Exodus, but I don't remember ever saving 24 words. That seems like a lot. On top of the fact that they upgraded, so SHA is a type of encryption, like most of you know. That's obviously, SHA-256 is a basis of Bitcoin and how it's mined and distributed, so to speak. But SHA-512 is another version, which is even more intense, and Trezor's running SHA-512, and you would have to run SHA-512 this many times, which is a ridiculous number. I can't even comprehend. I don't even know what that actually is in decimals. It's beyond trillions. I know there's actually some really weird words above trillion for some of these, but that's a lot of friggin' times in order to crack a 24-word seed. So that's some pretty sweet technology coming out with Trezor, and I'll be doing some hardware reviews here shortly. I know that some of you guys have done it and had some pretty good success. I know Trevon James had a little hiccup there, and I'm sorry, and that you lost 3 bitcoins. That's tough. I've never lost any. The first time I lost cryptocurrency, I only lost like 35 or 40 bucks, and I didn't know what I was doing. I sent it to the wrong address. I was using the wrong part of the dress, like my private dress or something. I had no idea. I was so green, it was ridiculous. But yeah, so I lost it in cyberspace. Someone mined that, got that for free. Or maybe it's gone forever. I don't really know. But losing 3 bitcoins is huge. So I feel your pain, Trevon, to a point. Um, but anyway, that sucks. Not all hardware wallets are going to crash on you like this. Trezor is making sure that they have some pretty sweet security behind theirs. One of the things that kind of concerns me about it, though, and again, I don't have it, I haven't tried it, but these 2 words right here, beta version, and it won't let me highlight it. Oh yeah, well, beta version. So what happens if I store this right now, my fireproof safe, put it away, a year from now, I put a bunch of bitcoins away, whatever it is. Bitcoin's now worth 10 grand. I'm a millionaire. All I got to do is go grab my Trezor, or Trezor, however you want to say it, and hook that thing up to my computer, punch in my phrase, and boom, there we go. Now I'm a millionaire. Figure out how to take it out or whatever it might be, transfer it, and the beta version is no longer accepted. Is that a possibility? Because it seems like it to me. If it's a beta version and you have this up there, so I don't know. Those are some things to think about. Another thing that I found here, which is pretty sweet, talking about the Bitcoin hard fork. I'm not going to rant on about them, but it's a big deal. It's affecting the entire community. A lot of people have to buy in with different companies like Coinbase, and we'll talk about Coinbase in a minute. They're under some crazy regulations and stipulations lately and what they need to do. But a lot of merchants aren't accepting Bitcoin yet, and it's because there's no help on the merchant side to make the transactions happen behind the scenes. And this company does $14 trillion a day in transactions already without cryptocurrency. That's all different forms of currency. Now I don't know exactly how many. I don't know how many different types of currency, like U.S. dollars, yen, whatever it might be. But $14 trillion a day seems like this company might know what it's doing. On top of the fact that Forbes ranked it number 45 on America's best small companies. I think it's pretty crazy that they're doing $14 trillion in transactions. The company's worth $2.5 billion. It seems like their capital should be, well over that. And maybe they're on their way to do that. And adding 56,000 merchants might help them do that. That will accept Bitcoin. And it goes on. They're one heck of a company, man. It's based out of Switzerland. It's an international, I guess it's accepted in the U.S. With an international organization in the U.S. So I know that one of the biggest problems they had was the anti-money laundering complaint. But they got it. They were able to make this happen. So maybe this is great news for Bitcoin. Maybe this proves that after Bitcoin squares away whatever they got to do, decide to do rather, that they'll have things figured out. They'll know where to go. They'll have some merchants. They have a reason, I guess, to figure this out and figure it out pretty quickly, because these wait times are just ridiculous. Even though they're running fast yesterday, that's not what I was experiencing last week. So this is an article. I'm going to leave this in the comments as well. Coinbase, we were talking about that earlier. So Coinbase is, man, it's up and down every day with different regulations. Hawaii now, you can't buy or sell with Coinbase at all in Hawaii. They're done. They pulled out. Some new regulations Hawaii put in, which I think is ridiculous. And they're done. They're off the grid. Forget about it. But on the flip side of that, they were able to get approved in New York. And I read articles going back all the way to 2013 saying, oh, it's going to be approved this year. Oh, it's being pushed back. Oh, this thing, that, and the other. But one of the biggest deals was Ether and Litecoin. I guess they were able to do Dash before, but it's Ether and Litecoin that there was problems with. But they also approved the Shift card. Now, personally, I don't have one yet. Now, I do plan on getting one. Coinbase, as long as they keep regulations where it is, or rather, Michigan keeps compliance where they are, because I'm in Detroit over here, and I can continue to use them as a quick way until Dash gets their things up and running to jump into a currency and then transfer it around, shape shift it, whatever I need to do into the currency that I'm actually playing with. Because I don't stash Bitcoin very well. I do stash some coins. I stash Dash, but I play with other currencies. When I buy Ethereum, I'll pretty much throw that right away. I'll throw that right into Poloniex, trade it around. That's how I ended up making like $200 off Pivx. There were some pretty good advances there. So yeah, ETH News, man. So I got ETH News. I've got news.bitcoin.com. These two sites right here have so much information that you could read all day. I mean, there's articles here about some more hardware, and here's a free wallet purchasing Ether. It's never been easier. How about that? A different type of card that doesn't look like the Visa Shift card. But either way, I wanted to bring you some of this news, and then I kind of wanted to explain a couple things here. So I've never really talked about my name or my history. And this is a quicker rundown than I would have liked to do. I would have liked to talk about these a little bit more. But after sitting here recording, waiting on the uploading, and then getting a copyright strike before I even finished editing the video, kind of put a damper on my night. I've already been working on this way too long. Should definitely be in bed by now. But basically, I'm a veteran of the U.S. Navy. Spent a few years there, honorably, of course, and I love my country. I miss serving every single day. It was an honor killing that uniform on, standing there with pride. Now I work for, I won't get into specifics of the company, but basically I work for a company that my particular role right now is to interpret information, very technical information related to cars or whatnot, and then determine one, if it's accurate, two, help others interpret it. So we'll get questions in about specifics in the cars. They're doing this procedure on like a transmission or a gas engine or electrical diagnostics or whatever. And again, like I said, I'm not going to get into specifics of company names and this, that, and the other. But that job requires me to read a whole lot of information, principles of operation, theory and operation, how a specific mechanical system works, hydraulic system, electrical system, and then interpret it and be able to relay it back to someone who may have equal knowledge and just be missing part, okay, or equal skill rather, and missing the knowledge, or they just may not have that skill or the knowledge. So I have to interpret how to relay that message to them. So I think that one of the gifts I'm going to be able to bring here is interpreting some of the information that's out there. There's information out there about cryptocurrency everywhere, but there isn't always someone there talking about it. And I'm not going to sit and read the article. I've seen a few YouTubers that do that, and when it comes to alternative media, I think that might be somewhat appropriate, but when it comes to a specific niche, I think that's a little ridiculous because you can read this article. I know that you can. You're out here to learn, right? That's why we're all sharing information. So what I want to do is run my thoughts on the article by you guys, show you my sources where I'm getting some of these. I also want to promote other YouTubers that are also bringing information, upgrading on Genesis mining. I mean, if it wasn't for Craig Grant, Trevon James, I wouldn't have a clue about Genesis mining. I also wouldn't have a clue where to find some of these sites. You know, even though they're not sitting there reading some of these articles, they talk about them. Well, what article are they talking about? And then you go and you Google it and you're like, oh, this is one they're talking about. And then you go and you read it up. So they're providing this information. I'd like to provide it. I'd also like to bring views to those that are trying to do it. My channel's brand new. I got like 10 subscribers or something like that. I mean, I think I'm like 5 days old. And I want to bring other YouTubers in while I'm building my channel, help them build their channel, make upgrades on Genesis mining with the GMYU club, with everyone that I can within reason, and provide all that to you guys. So I want to talk about one of the channels, Lucky Coin. Hit me back this morning, actually, or maybe it was this afternoon, but I saw his video. I commented as soon as I could. You know, I was at work, so obviously I can't, you know, just jump on the phone. But yeah, he got me right back. You know, Lucky Coin and DashRed, both of these guys emailed me back within 5 minutes of upgrading with their code. 5 minutes. I couldn't dream of doing that if I was at work or something like that, and someone emailed me. There's no way. I'm going to tell you right now. I work a full-time job, so if you comment on my page, if you send me a message, I will do everything I can within a reason to respond. But it's not going to be as fast as some of these people who have an outstanding career and have the benefit of living that free life. So no one understand that. DashRed and Lucky Coin responded to me quite quickly, asked for my codes. They both subscribed and liked. Lucky Coin even threw me one of his videos today, which I thought was phenomenal. I appreciate that little promo. I also was very glad to use your code. You didn't need to use mine. I'm really glad you did. Don't get me wrong. I want to, you know, we all want the Hashpower. But thank you. You also brought me a subscriber. One of the subscribers I wanted to talk to you about was John Crothers. Funny enough, what I like to do when I'm researching YouTubers and those that I want to follow is I find the people I am following. And if they're willing to share their followers and willing to share their likes and dislikes, I look through them. I want to know who I'm, you know, working with or following, however you want to say it. So I find those. Believe it or not, John, I found you a couple days ago, and coincidentally, my name's John as well. But yeah, thanks for being on board. Thanks for liking and subscribing, commenting on my videos. I want to do this more. I want to bring more YouTubers in. I want to promote more of their videos. John, I'd love to use your code, by the way. So shoot me that over when you get a chance. Shoot me an email at lucidcryptopatriot@gmail. Also, I want to give a shout out to the famous DJ, and of course Craig Grant. Craig Grant and the famous DJ, you both commented on my videos already, and I appreciate that. I've been following you guys for weeks, couple months, something like that, and it's awesome to hear back from you guys because I was looking up to you for information. I was heavily dependent on that in my earliest days, and I suspect that I will continue to be dependent to some sort of degree moving forward. I will always be encouraged. If it wasn't for your free-spirited, both of yours actually, you're both free-spirited. Just pick up the mic, talk. You just tell how it is, how you feel, your interpretations on different things. You got the fortune teller, Craig Grant, who's saying it's going to $300 by the end of the month or whatever it is. I mean, I love it. That stuff's phenomenal. It gives us fuel to keep going. You guys have brought YouTube videos or YouTubers to YouTube that weren't there before. You guys are bringing Genesis miners that weren't there before. Not just, well, I'm going to upgrade, use my code. You're bringing brand new people that are just getting in. It was your information that brought it. I would like to be one of those that also brings those new people in. And I'm going to continue to thank you guys along the way. The famous DJ, I hit you with a comment earlier, and I was thinking about this, and I know I wasn't the second commenter, and to be honest with you, that wasn't not my intent to win the competition. I just wanted to let you know that I was watching you, and I like your videos, and I saw your comment. I was like, oh, I'm gonna comment on them. Yeah, I had the time. It was free at the moment. I've used your code several times. I don't know how many times. But what I found out today when Lucky Coins used my code is, I get an email. So you got to upgrade Hashpower. I was like, sweet, read it, my first one. I'm running through it, and I'm like, oh, that's phenomenal. Moving up all the different things through the percentage rate and whatnot. And I realized that is my professional email, which doesn't correlate with my YouTube channel name. Obviously they're both John's, but one is, a professional, and the other is my YouTube one. So I'm going to be changing my Genesis mining email to correspond with that. So if there was some sort of confusion, if you did try and use it, if you didn't, I don't know if you did. Regardless, I realized that today, and I'm going to be changing that. I'm also going to be getting a Twitter up and running this weekend. I got some plans to talk about Coinbase and how to buy into Bitcoin this weekend. I don't work this weekend, so I have some plans, some videos. I'd like to do more than one. I'm not going to run 20-minute videos every time. I'm going to do some shorter videos so people actually have time to take it. This isn't really a podcast. It's just me kind of saying my thoughts. And, maybe if I got up in the 40-minute range, then you could consider it a podcast, I guess. But I wanted to bring you that information. I think I got a couple solid sound articles for you guys, bringing some information. Shouting out my thank yous. Shouting out my thank yous to all my new subscribers, all you guys that are commented and supporting me. I appreciate it. Leave the feedback. I don't care if it's good or not. Tough as nails. I'll take it. We all have to grow, and in order to grow, you have to be uncomfortable. If you're comfortable, you'll just stay there, right? So I had to put myself in an uncomfortable situation here, not knowing how to edit videos very well. And then the sweet YouTube, the sweet video editing software I did have pretty much killed my computer. Not quite, but man, I could barely move the mouse. This thing was just killing it. I have an old school computer. This thing's like 12, 13 years old. It's a Dell, what is this thing? A Dell Inspiron 530. I swear this thing's 12, 13 years old. I have a plan for my studio. I have an office set up in my room, and or in my house, you know what I mean, a room set up as an office, and I'll be moving this this whole project in there this weekend, likely getting everything set up in there. Until then, you guys will have to deal with my ghetto garage roof here, and you got to just get the videos out there, and then learn how to edit them, learn how to change the lighting and do all the things that I'm not familiar with. You ask me to build a car, not a problem. Move out of the way. Or pick up a wrench and help me. I'll teach you a thing or two. Or maybe you'll teach me a thing or two. I don't know. But I'm so far in the comfort zone when it comes to cars, it's silly. When it comes to editing YouTube videos on this side of YouTube, never been on this side of YouTube before. Uploading a video from your phone, taking a snapshot. Oh, look at me, I'm jumping my bike or whatever it is. That's easy. That takes 2 seconds. Boom, you don't edit nothing. It's done on your phone. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about doing this for real. I'm talking about making this a little more professional. Still speaking from the heart, but giving you guys some good quality videos, bringing in some new viewers that would appreciate the higher quality videos I can produce, edit, and publish. So I think I got almost all my information there from my initial screw up. I apologize. I think the name of that company was Falcon Music, F-A-U-C-H-O-U-N. Who owns Falconer? Falconer, F-A-U-L-C-O-N-E-R. It used to be owned by Conan. I don't even know how the hell you say that. These guys. My bad. I'm a super nerd. I watch Dragon Ball Z. Get over it. So I had that run in the background. I had the music volume way too long. Way too loud. Didn't even know. I ran like 3 tests, but I never turned my volume up on my TV afterward during my test to see just how loud it was. So it's actually probably a good thing in general. So yeah, I apologize. I deleted those videos. We started over. I think I got all the information in. I'm going to stop rambling. I'm going to bed. I'm shooting this thing up on YouTube right now. You guys have a good night. We'll have some more videos tomorrow, probably one. I don't think I'm going to be able to get 2 in. But this weekend, there's going to be some big improvements. A couple more shout outs. And John Crother, is that how you say it? Crother? John Crother? Shoot me an email. Give me your code. If you're a Genesis miner, which I believe you are, shoot me your code. I'm going to upgrade you this weekend. I don't promise a massive upgrade. I'm going out of town here shortly. Going to Jamaica for a minute, which is pretty sweet. But I want to at least do 1 more upgrade, maybe 2, before I leave. So I want you guys to shoot me over, or I want you to shoot me over that email so I can get you squared away. You commented and you even called out where you came from, and Lucky Coin, thank you. Even though I subscribed to John already, like we talked about earlier, he didn't know that, and that's fine. That's fine that he didn't know that. What is important to me is he came to me and said that he found me through you. So my shout out to you, and you shouting back, got me 1 follower. That's amazing. So, love you guys.